We're talking about peace and comfort to love outside of the United States compared to the stress of trying to find love in the United States.
Yeah, because in dating in the United States, it's like, it's so many games, so many rules, so many things going on, and I just like that it's so simple out of the United States, because it's just as simple as let's have a conversation, let's learn each other, get to know each other, and go from there. It's none of that. Someone trying to finesse the other person out of if they want to sleep with them or things like that. There is none of that stuff, and that's what I enjoy about internationally.
Don't make me cry. Don't make me cry over here. You preaching so good. Don't make me cry because you're telling the truth, Pastor. You are telling the truth. I swear. It's like, hey, man, you don't have
to. Yeah, the restrictions, and then also to add one more thing. So I don't want to cut you off. Is
no, I'm listening.
And one thing for women, the reason why they believe that there's always another one coming, because they get confused because now that they're social media is so big that they can easily get talk to someone or even talk to people on the street. So they're so inundated with so many people talking to them. So now they confuse that, thinking that, oh, well, I could always find another one. But not understanding that a lot of these brothers, they're not really looking for the marriage. They're looking just to hit, and that's it. So that's the confusing situation. So, of course, a lot of times, it's kind of like, for us, but a little bit different. For us, when we started going internationally, how you got so many options. Your Facebook, messages is full, your DMs and everything, because you got so many women hitting you up and so forth, and that's kind of what they have. But the only thing is, this is what I'm thinking, that they don't know how to channel it to find the right one. In that, they get confused to who is the right guy that they should be with. So that's just what I'm thinking. So
that's a really good point. Yeah, men are simple. We're very, very. Andrea and I, we talk about this, but long before Kevin Samuel was talking like this, we were talking like this, like sex, sandwich, and silence. We've been talking like that, and it's not an insult down here. That's the other thing that's so clear. It's not an insult to sit back and. Andrea doesn't flinch when I say sex, sandwich, and a silence, and she's like, "Yeah, you're right." The other thing that I want to mention, now that you and I are together, I talked about the fact that in South America, not just Colombia, you notice that sex and sensuality or sexiness or feminineness or femininity opens up doors for women that may not open in the United States. In other words, here in Colombia, you won't find too many ugly, if ever, an ugly police officer. You'll find a police officer, she has the brains, but she has to have the beauty. You'll find city council women. You'll find school teachers that look like supermodels. You'll see beauty is appreciated and respected, as well as smarts. I noticed here, at least in Cali, I noticed that. How is it for you in Medellin? Because we always visit Medellin, but we don't live
same way.
Go ahead.
Yeah, same way. As you even noticed, my wife was telling me one time that they're kind of strict on certain job positions, that you cannot be fat. So if you notice that some of those jobs, like, you don't see a heavyweight person in some of those company facing positions, like, of course, like, like a what I'm going to say, what's that, Victoria's Secret. Let's say, for example, like that. You're not going to see someone who's big or overweight there. They're going to make sure of that, or even like if you work in a, see like transportation, whatever, that person at the window, usually they're pretty thin. They're not overweight. True. So, yeah, so they're very big on that.
It's just something simple as the tolls. You be driving through the tolls, going to the airport, and there's somebody that's attractive there. And it's not just because, like you just mentioned, the size, but it's also the look. The beauty seems more friendly than just, a woman that looks like Barbara Bush. Shout out to Barbara Bush.
Exactly.
My point is, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
but and that's the thing, and they love that too as well. And that's one thing I like about the Colombian women, is that they embrace their beauty and the femininity and so forth. So opposed to here, of course, they embrace it for different reasons. And of course, if you look too long, you catch a case, whatever, United States. But it's like, You're like, oh, you was just enough. You can look at me just enough. Not, not like how it is in Colombia, South America, different countries, how, it's natural. It's all natural.
I made a statement earlier about how they treat you is also how they treat or how they treat you as a good man is exactly how they would treat Jose, who's a good man around the corner, how they would treat the males in their family. Their little nephew, their cousin's gonna they'll make his plate. When it comes to if you come over to my house, Andrea's making the drink for you and she's making a drink for me. Mm-hmm. There is no, well, I'm gonna make a drink for my man, but then you still sitting there. Andrea's making a drink for any male in the house. And it's part of it's part of the makeup. But guys get tricked into thinking when they go on to DR, to Colombia, to Brazil, that I'm the special one. No, dude. Yeah. She was raised to treat all males like that. So don't get programmed into thinking that because you got American dollars, she's making your plate. No, bro. When you fly back, she's making her granddad's plate, her dad's plate. You see where I'm going with that?
Exactly. And I like that because it's respect. They respect male. That's in the culture. That's one thing I love about Colombia because, United States culture is about disrespecting males. That's point blank what it is. So that's one thing I love about, Colombia, that they praise male, although, you got, some bad ones, whatever it is, what it is, but they still respect them. They have respect. And I can tell you, my first time experiencing Colombian culture, my first time going down there, I went down there to meet this one guy. He was living there for about already 5 years. His name is Pittman, and he was dating this Afro-Colombian woman. And when we first went there to meet him, man, like she was offering everything to us from drinks. She made, a pudding right there and then, some ice cream fresh, fruits and everything. And like for me, first experiencing that culture, I was like, this is nice. I like this right here. The fact that, we got treated well, because of, being associated with him, no matter what, being in the house. And I was just like, I love this. This is the culture, of being, nice to you, even though they could be having a bad day or could be in a bad situation, but they still gonna be nice no matter what.